We didn't know Cynthia Rothrock, and like Jay's really the
Jay did.
Jay.
Jay definitely did.
Is the B movie aficionado. He is the cultivator. I'm saying generally amongst all of us, you are the king of the B movie.
Okay.
This is the B movie is really your passion.
That's true.
Where the rest of us all enjoy them.
Sure.
But so it's like someone is mentioning again, they're shocked that we didn't know who Cynthia Rothrock was.
Oh yeah.
But that's. Don't you see that that's the problem? Why don't we know who she was? Because she was awesome.
Yeah.
Did Josh know?
Josh probably.
He was at least aware of her, but
Josh probably did. Yeah. Josh is right below Jay. I mean, no one can be above Jay.
there are people that are well above me.
No one that I know. But she was great. The stunts in that movie were amazing, and I'm shocked I'd never seen it in Saturday afternoon movie theater. That's where I've seen all my bad movies, playing endlessly on Channel 18. Is this just a stupid ass cutscene?
Speaking of B,
Suck it up, Jack. Suck it up.
Speaking of B movies,
Yeah.
I just read that they're for season 2 of Fargo, the Fargo TV show, which is really good. Ronald Reagan is going to be a character in it,
Okay.
and he's going to be played by Bruce Campbell.
What?
That's the weirdest casting, and I think it's great.
What?
Bruce Campbell is Ronald Reagan.
When the hell does the Fargo series take place?
Well, clearly the 80s, the Ronald Reagan era. At least the second season. I don't remember when the first season took place. It took place after the movie, and the movie was early 90s it took place? I know it took place earlier than when it was released.
Early 90s Reagan, then, yeah.
Okay. But yeah, I thought that was interesting.
That's really funny. Really funny. Oh, no, and by the way, The Tomb, worse than Things. I've been very vocal about my hatred
See,
of
but
Things.
I love
Oh,
Things.
wait. Yeah, no.
Which
the
one-
Tombs might be the worst thing we watched on Best of the Worst, but Things is the worst thing.
Things
ever.
is amazing.
Here's your choice, Rich.
Oh,
Things
You are-
is so great.
You are forced to watch one again.
I can't choose.
You're forced.
I can't
You have to.
choose.
You
You
have
have
to. The
You're gonna say Things
I
it's gonna be
think I
Things.
am.
Yeah.
because at least stuff happens in it.
Oh my god.
The Tomb
I need to see a doctor.
is beyond insulting. Again, I was not exaggerating when I called it a personal insult. That movie is a straight up scam. Ugh. Yeah.
I'm glad I didn't have to watch it.
You should be glad.
Picked a good episode to sit out on.
Right. Have you ever seen Bubba Ho-tep?
Yeah, Bubba Ho-tep's good.
I watched the first 5 minutes, couldn't finish it.
You only watched 5 minutes?
10 maybe.
Give it more time.
Eh.
No, I like that movie a lot.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, Bruce Campbell's great in it.
I saw someone mention it. And it's like, I try, because it's the premise is he's Elvis in a retirement home fighting werewolf,
Fighting a mummy.
fighting a mummy. That's what it is.
And a mummy that feeds off the souls of the this old folks, rest home because they're too weak to fight back.
Right.
Because they're old. It's great.
And he plays the real Elvis, who faked his death so he could live a life of luxury.
He
but-
switched places with an Elvis impersonator. So it was the
Oh.
Elvis impersonator that really died.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Have you ever seen that, Rich?
I have not.
Oh, Bubba Ho-tep's good.
Yep.
A little anticlimactic, but it's more about the mood of the whole movie than anything.
Sure. Sure. I'll give it a maybe. I'll put it on the list.
All right.
Low on the list. I'll put it at the bottom on the list.
No.
I avoided it because B comedy is usually bad. I know Bruce Campbell, but still.
Yeah.
B comedy.
No, it's not like overly wacky or anything. Like
Yeah.
there's humor, but it's very subdued.
Alright.
I like it.
Yeah.
Are there any good B comedies? I guess other than Bubba Ho-tep.
What's a B comedy?
Low budget comedy.
How could you do this to me?
Well, I mean, there's like.
Are they usually bad?
Do you mean like a B movie, like a horror thing that's also a comedy, or
No, low budget.
just a low budget comedy?
I view Bubba Ho-tep as a comedy first film. Primarily
Sure,
a comedy.
yeah. No, it is. I mean, there's like independently made comedies, like Clerks is a low-budget comedy.
Yeah.
I mean,
Alright, I'm proven wrong. I'm proven wrong.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of like at what level where it's like you know, early Zucker Brothers, you know, that was all
Yeah,
low
that's all
budget.
super low budget
Yeah.
stuff.
How can I follow Barum?
Even early Farley Brothers, like First Dumb and Dumber was a no budget movie.
What
It
was
straight. It wasn't like straight to video only or an arcade.
Right.
No,
not
no,
bad.
yeah, it was higher than that.
Trying to think.
Don't be so surprised all the time.
Why not?
I said we don't have
I
much
can't think of,
time.
of an example of like a straight to video good comedy,
You
I
have to
suppose.
escape from Deimos as soon as possible. You're in
I know
danger.
there are
Stay
some,
here
but my
wasting
brain is
time.
not working right now.
Well,
I'm trying to think of titles.
They don't stick out like the bad action
Sure.
because you know they're probably just passable and they're like,
Yeah.
oh, that is passable movie.
Yeah.
On to the next one.
You want vengeance on him?
Oh, sure, like Cannibal the musical.
Oh, Cannibal the Musical is
There you
great.
go.
I haven't watched that in a long time.
Yeah, or
Orgasmo.
Orgasmo. Yep.
I just ask you
Yeah.
a question.
Excellent examples, Jack.
This year's winner was Hesperia Gales.
What? Can't you be more serious?
Yeah, something like Shaun of the Dead was very low budget, but that got a bigger release as well.
Yeah.
We've
Like,
Yeah, I look at that as a higher caliber than
well, yeah.
than Cannibal the Musical.
the catapult to eject ships.
Bad Taste was made for 10,000 New Zealand fun bucks.
Bad Taste was shot on weekends over the course of like 4 years.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
That Peter Jackson, he knows what's up.
Well,
He
he
I-
did.
That Peter Jackson, he knew what was up.
Under Balrog's control.
Peter Jackson. He cashes checks.
That is
He
true.
does know what's up.
He
Yeah.
does know what's up.
Yeah.
Insult aimed about the catapult.
Have you ever seen Dead Alive?
Oh,
Peter
fuck
Jackson?
yeah.
Okay, I didn't know if you'd ever seen that or not.
Fuck yeah.
I've seen the end of it once.
Oh, that's it?
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, the end's great.
The whole movie's great.
Yeah. Yeah, the whole
I'm
movie.
gonna say it's probably the goriest movie I've ever seen.
I mean, spoiler alert. A man straps a lawnmower to his chest so he can run through a house full of zombie creature things. It's awesome. Oh my god, I'm just remembering bits of the movie now. Like when the mom turns into the thing and sucks him back up.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Oh man. I need to re-see that.
And that's a thematic thing, too. Like,
Yeah.
it's not just some, like, weird gore thing or, you know...
It's
eats
both.
him. Like, it's, yeah.
It's
it,
both.
It means something.
Yeah. Oh, Peter Jackson.
Part when he's got the 4 zombies, his mom included, at the dinner table, and then... Or is it 3 zombies? And then the ear falls off into the into the custard, and the guy's eating the custard. Like, oh, so gross.
Yeah, if anyone has not seen Dead Alive, go stop watching this right now and go watch it. It's
Make
the
sure you
greatest.
don't see the... I don't even know if it's available anymore. There was an R-rated cut that is horrendous, where they just hacked out all the gore, yeah.
Oh, how awful.
Because that's the whole... Like, that movie is excessive. Yeah, I watched it once on... I think I bought the VHS copy of it, not realizing it was the cut version.
Oh.
And it was like 15, 20 minutes shorter. Like, and it made no sense, because it wasn't like they tried to edit it in a way that had any sort of flow. They just cut out the gore. And it was almost like an experimental film.
Oh, that's terrible. Yeah, I think I watched that not knowing what it was.
Oh, really?
I think I was just like in a zombie phase, and it's like, you know, the goriest film ever made. Yeah, I'll watch that. Blew me away.
I love the baby. Baby Selwyn, the little zombie baby. There's the part when he takes him to the park and he's got him in the carriage. He's whacking it against, like, the swings.
You know what? I have never seen Meet the Feebles.
No?
No.
Josh refuses to rewatch Meet the Feebles. Like,
Okay.
that movie makes him sick.
All right.
That's a good sign.
Yeah.
That makes me want to watch it.
I only saw it once. I don't know why. I didn't revisit that the way I did with, like, Dead Alive. I watched Dead Alive a lot when I first discovered it.
Oh, Dead Alive is great. I mean, Dead Alive is fantastic. I'm sure Meet the Feebles has a sellable quality to it. It's
Yeah,
talked
no,
about
it's
all.
fun. I don't know why. I just never got around to rewatching it.
Did you see that?
TR reaction gone.
All
I remember the VHS 80s supercut thing Jay played on the stream. That was awesome.
Oh yeah, Memorex.
Memorex.
Yeah,
on-
that's great.
It's on Vimeo. Go watch it.
Yeah, that and they did another one called Skinemax. That's also really good.
Yes. Thunderpants is not the best movie on Best of the Worst.
No, it might be.
I, di-
As far as just being quality,
An
Oh,
actual
sure.
good movie.
yeah.
I didn't. I did not see Thunderpants. I was just thinking of something like Extra. Extra was great.
I think
I'll
Extra.
take Thunderpants. I'll
Really?
take Thunderpants, yes.
Well, that's I suppose.
I'm not a big horror guy, though,
Right.
so...
Right.
I loved Extra.
Your Town is next. I've seen you ask this question a couple times. Mike edited the last Best of the Worst, and he probably cut out that scene because he cut out that scene. Who cares? He's at Your Town is next is asking why the one-liner at the end of the fight scene of Undefeatable is cut.
Oh, it's some sort of eye pun, right?
Yeah, maybe we didn't make any jokes
Because
about
the
it, or-
episode was like 2 hours long. That's why.
Also that. It's because you can't show the movie in its entirety. You have to cut out bits.
But it's such a small bit.
Such a small bit. They're all small bits.
They're all small bits and they add up.
Yep.
That's the magic of editing. And the trick.
Everyone's seen that clip anyway.
Yeah, you can just watch it. That's it.
Yeah, that's the
it.
thing. That whole fight scene is pretty famous
So great.
on the YouTubes.
It's so great. That fight scene. it's so ridiculous. And again, like we talked about in the episode, like so out of place with the rest of the movie because all the rest of the movie had these like kicks and flips and stunts, and then literally the fight is just two men like hugging each
You know
other.
why? Because it wasn't Cynthia Rothrock.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. It was out of place in the movie, which made it extra weird. Dr. Mayonnaise. Rich talked about Dr. Mayonnaise a lot, and a lot of that got cut.
Yeah, it got cut.
A lot of it got cut. I mean, Dr. Mayonnaise was there.
He was a major character in the film. It's just, at the end of the day, the film was not worth talking about.
Right.
Yeah, I remember when we filmed the discussion, you guys were basically just saying the same things over and over about how boring it is. So
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
just trim it all down.
Someone's saying, sometimes after things get intense, you just gotta hug it out. That's
Is
exactly
that
what
that scene was
happened
about? Oh,
at the end of Undefeatable. Two dudes who've been fighting, a cop and a rapist murderer, you know, and they're just like, let's just hug our meat.
Just hug our meat.
I don't know if there will be. I see someone asking for an outtakes from that episode. There probably won't be any. It's boring. Like a lot of
Yeah, things get cut for a reason.
yeah. If it's good, you will see it. But yeah, like Jay said, a lot of times when we're in the discussion, we just end up saying the same thing slightly different,
Yeah.
and you know, we just choose the best way we said it and edit out the rest. That's a weird question, Telegon. It's weird enough we'll all answer it. Who's my favorite celebrity chef?
It's Gordon Ramsay, right?
Gordon Ramsay's pretty good.
It's gotta be Gordon Ramsay.
Alton Brown?
I don't know who that is.
You should-
The only person I know is Gordon Ramsay.
Gordon
I don't know
Ramsay's
any of
great.
these other chefs.
He's great. But I don't like his shows where he yells.
So all of them?
No, like he has just like his cooking show, which is just him cooking, is great.
Oh, I didn't even know he had a cooking show.
I really enjoy his non-American restaurant rescue.
Oh, Kitchen Nightmares. Yeah, he's a lot more subdued before it became like an American
Yeah.
show, and it's funny watching if you watch one episode, like the original show and then the American back to back. It's like you can really tell where like the American reality show producers got their hands on it and
It's
molded it
terrible.
into this other thing.
It's terrible, and like the British version or whatever channel it's on or wherever it is, like is so beautiful. He actually like takes time and talks about like what makes things nice, and,
Yeah.
like what they're doing wrong. He's very specific. He's very meticulous.
Just yell at things.
But that's all the American show is just yelling, and it's awful.
And every episode has the exact same structure.
Yes.
Like it's this. Every episode is the same thing.
Yes. Yes. But
Sometimes I do like watching him yell at people though.
sure.
It's relaxing, soothing.
I don't like Hell's Kitchen or any of that stuff.
I've never watched it.
But I
Oh,
think
wait,
he's a
maybe
good
I have.
cook.
No.
I make his scrambled eggs. His scrambled egg recipe.
Yeah.
He taught me how to make the best scrambled eggs.
How do you make these scrambled eggs? I must know.
Okay. It's actually tough as shit.
Okay.
This is,
Instead of making them in a pan,
this is
you
Henry
make them in a
G.
pot.
What's
Okay.
wrong with
And you
you?
get a rubber spatula, a little bit of butter, and then you literally never stop stirring them. To the point where when they're done, they're not going to look like you think scrambled eggs should look.
Okay.
Like think about like meat, like medium rare versus well done, right? You're making your eggs almost medium rare,
Okay.
where they're soft, they're a little creamy,
Helping?
and they're not fluffy and dry.
Okay.
They're soft and they're creamy, and when you have them the correct way, it will blow your mind.
I will look into this because I eat eggs every morning.
Yes, I eat eggs every morning as well, and I've moved on to hard boiled.
Ugh.
Just because they're a little easier to prepare. Like I prepare them ahead of time, just eat
Okay,
them
I'll do it.
a little faster. Because that's the thing,
Paper, I'm coming
you
to help you.
cannot leave your
Don't move
scrambled
from where you
eggs.
are.
Constantly stirring. You put them on the heat for a little bit, and they can never congeal. Like they can never come together.
Yeah.
Take them off the heat. Keep stirring.
Oh,
On the heat.
okay.
Stir. Off the heat. It's intense.
Intense. We need a cooking show where you're cooking other people's recipes.
It really is intense. It's great. And then you don't add salt beforehand.
Okay.
Packard
I'm just
how
going
to
out
make
for the shot.
honey eggs.
That's the thing. You like they'll be done, and you'll want to cook them more, but you can't. Like
Yeah.
they'll be firm but like creamy, and oh my god! And then you put salt on it afterwards, and salt and pepper
Yeah.
on it afterwards, and it's a texture and a taste like you can't believe.
Okay. I will look into this. It sounds like too much work for me, but
It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work.
A container with a serial number including 6.
To turn around.
Eggs should still be cooking when you eat them. That's true. That's true of any food. Like food is not done cooking as soon as you take it off the stove. There's a little carryover. But it's on YouTube. His scrambled egg, Gordon Ramsay scrambled eggs. He puts like cheese and shit in there.
Yeah.
And I don't do any of that.
yeah, no, I don't put anything in my eggs except, well, I mean, salt and pepper, of course. But I also just recently discovered in the spice section, I didn't even know this existed, ground jalapeno.
Ooh.
So I sprinkle some of that on there.
sounds
Add some
great.
sriracha. Oh, it's awesome.
That sounds great.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like a little bit of butter to start the pan. And that helps the creaminess a little bit. But butter's, butter's great for you.
5 tons of coffee. Vanish.
That's our egg discussion.
I was just
That's our
saying-
scrambled eggs discussion.
In the chat, they're saying, "Hey, it's not every video game internet stream you can learn how to make perfect eggs." literally eat eggs every single morning.
Yeah. Yeah, me too.
And so making delicious eggs is really important when that's what you eat every day. I really like hard-boiled eggs. I know a lot of people don't like them, but
I don't like the smell.
Yeah.
I think that
That's the biggest
I
turn off
couldn't
for me.
stand eggs when I was a kid because hard-boiled eggs.
Oh, sure.
I dig them. I think they're delicious.
I can see the warehouse number.
That's fine. And then, so then what I usually do, scrambled eggs, and then I make a big thing of spinach, frozen spinach, just heat it up,
Sure.
and then black beans.
Oh, yeah.
Then, after the eggs are done cooking, mix it all together so you get creamy eggs that kind of like wrap themselves around all the spinach and beans. Then put in salsa verde, that green tomatillo salsa,
Oh, sure.
and a little sriracha. So then it's
Yes,
like
I am.
salsa-y, and sweet and savory and creamy and delicious. That's my breakfast almost every morning.
Well, reminds me I'm out of eggs.
I'm not Baram.
Oh my god!
Fuck am I gonna eat tomorrow morning?
I don't know.
Shit.
Also, that is not necessarily true. There has been recent studies about eggs and cholesterol,
Oh yeah.
and there is no definitive link between
Ask him about his
eggs and cholesterol.
No. Well, I eat egg whites anyway. Like I separate the yolk.
The
Well,
yolk is
you know
the
what I do? I
flavor.
scramble up. It's 2 egg whites and 1 whole
Sure.
egg.
Okay.
And that's what I do.
That's fair, but there is
Yes.
So there's nothing inherently unhealthy about the egg yellow.
there is no link between a high cholesterol diet
Rescue them like
and high cholesterol.
my duty.
This is a real thing. If anyone watches a fantastic YouTube channel called Healthcare Triage, they talk about
You're asking
recent.
me to carry you to the shoot.
They're paid up at it, actually.
They actually might be.
No, they're not.
Actually,
No, they're not.
this is the thing though with like all these studies about health. It's like every week there's a new study and every week there's new results.
Yes.
So it's like,
You gotta be careful who's getting the money.
just try and eat healthy.
But this is a
You
thing
know what?
that
You
I
know what
believe.
won't kill you? Vegetables.
That's true.
Just eat a shitload of vegetables.
Unless, of course, they use pesticides on them.
Oh sure. Then you're fucked.
Then you're fucked.
Basically, you're fucked no
You're
matter what
fucked
you eat.
all the time.
It's like one of the doctors who started this whole anti-vaccine thing.
Yes.
Like he himself wasn't fully anti-vaccine; he was just against the popular ones because I think he owned stock in the company that made the other vaccines. You
Well-
gotta be careful about where you're getting your
But see,
information.
that was like especially tricky because like he put out his findings and then immediately after everyone said no, none of these findings are true, but no one was listening to everyone else. What's that bit where the lady, it's like if Google was a real person and the lady asked Google if vaccines cause autism and Google said I have 1 million results that say they don't, and I found one that says they do, and she grabs the one that says I knew it. Fucking knew it.
Melanie's Marvelous Measles. Is that the name of that? Is that the name of that book?
That's the name of that book.
Oh God.
The pro measles book, because you don't want to vaccinate against measles.
Mo Radical is correct. It's probably just healthier to not eat.
There you go.
That's,
Just do
that's
that.
absolutely
Just do
correct.
that.
Here's your solution.
Just do that.
Just don't eat anything.
No, really so it's not high cholesterol. It's overall caloric intake and balance of food, where we're learning that like carbohydrates are probably what's causing most of the high cholesterol and weight gain in people.
Yeah.
And so it's about balance, vegetables, protein,
Right.
some carbohydrates. It's weird. We're learning that common sense is a thing.
What?
You should eat a wide variety of foods. Empty carbs. Fuck, I love empty carbs. I love carbs in general.
The only empty carbs I really get is from beer.
Yeah.
I don't drink that hardly at all anymore.
That's the thing. I love carbs, which is why I can't have them. Because I'll just eat them. Carbs and cheese.
What the fuck?
Are my two favorite things. So I don't eat them anymore. Withstand says, I only eat rocks and glass. It's vegan.
That's technically true.
That's technically true. Well, depending on what's on the rock. What if, we don't know what's on there. Space Gamo! Thank you for subscribing. We very much appreciate it. Past 7 months now. Pizza is the perfect food.
Oh, pizza's great.
You get dairy with the cheese, you get vegetables with the sauce, you get some light carbs, you get thin crust, because then it's not as carb intensive. And if you want to up the protein, just get all the meats. There's a really amazing pizza place. They have a pizza called Meatallica.
Oh yeah.
It is 3 kinds of pepperoni, 2 kinds of sausage, and 2 kinds of ham and bacon
Oh god.
on one pizza. It's the most glorious thing in the world. It's beautiful. It's beautiful.
You get 1 slice of it every 2 years.
And that's all I eat.
That's it.
That's it. About 13 months. 13 months left, and I get to have another slice. I'm really looking forward to it. I just hope they stay in business.
Cyclops destroyed.
Oh my! I don't want to hear this.
Your town is next. I think in general it is illegal to mail liquor,
People have done it. People have sent us beer.
but if you package it well enough,
Yeah.
they probably won't check.
Right. Wrap tons of bubble wrap around it.
Tons of bubble wrap. I think though technically it is illegal.
I have no idea. I've never looked into it.
So therefore, I'm not saying you should
My assignment
send
on
us
Mars
beer or
can't be
liquor.
similar to yours.
I'm not saying you should send us beer or liquor. I want to be very clear about that.
Thank you for your help.
Yeah.
all we're saying is that people
So Jack,
have.
Jack,
Yeah.
what are you not saying?
I am not saying you should send us beer and liquor.
What do you want to know?
How's the military situation?
You should know. Anyway, I don't want to talk about it.
Right?
So you're not saying that.
You should send us beer and liquor. I don't know if that. I'm just. I don't know if it's legal or not. That's why I can.
I have no idea.
That's why I cannot condone it.
But
Enemy approaching.
Probably.
And you're like, you're right, loving life woo. Oh, I'm sorry, Meisner. You're right, Meisner. I am an expert on how good packages look. So make sure you package it up really well.
oh,
Thank
damn.
you, Meisner.
Yeah.
Even more so when it's associated with Randy Quaid.
As unmanned orbital frame, Raptor. Be careful not to get surrounded. To switch lock-on targets, use the L2 button.
Let's do it quickly and then land on Mars.
Raptor destroyed.
Yes. Oh my God. Wrap your beer in a thick layer of pizza to ensure it's well protected. Actually, no, that would be really gross.
No.
But that was very funny.
Die.
Raptor destroyed.
Ooh, yes, John Kilo, I did get that tweet about the TIE Fighter animation. Rich, did you see that?
No.
Oh. Someone made a like 80s anime-inspired TIE Fighter cartoon based on like the game. So we'll watch it. You know what? We'll watch it later. I will make sure Rich watches it later. Rich Evans Murders Hobos. It is okay to drink beer, but just, you know, be cool about it. 1 a day. Maybe 2. Like 1 or 2 glasses. Like, they could be bigger glasses. 4 glasses. So maybe that's 3 bottles.
Come back again.
But I mean, you've already gotten rid of half of your 6-pack, so I mean,
You might as well just finish it off. I
That's
mean,
just
otherwise you're going to
you're-
drink more of it tomorrow.
you're cleaning up, basically.
Yeah, yeah.
So maybe, you know.
Mars. It doesn't look any
Let's
different.
check in.
What's that?
They think that it's ridiculous how many cutscenes there are.
It's a Kojima game.
I know. I think they're fine
The
with
game
it.
itself is great. As a story, I like this far more than Metal Gear.
Sure.
The subject matter is
Viola.
far more ridiculous, but the way they handle
I
it
want to fight with Viola.
is so much
She is AI.
more serious, so much better.
It's funny because I know people in the chat have often asked if you watch anime. This is just anime.
Yeah.
This is anime that you play with a robot.
It's a lot of the anime tropes, but they manage to handle it in such a way. The tone is just right that I can appreciate this.
All right.
I don't know.
No, I think that's fine. That's fine. That's fair.
There's a lot of hard science fiction in this universe.
Okay. Sure.
Like the people who live on Mars, they are just naturally weaker and have poor bone density than the people from Earth. They pay attention to hard science, other than the weird technology that makes the flying robots. That's like the one exception to the rule.
Sure. Well, you have to have some fun.
Yeah.
No, it looks fine. It looks very fun. You know what? It almost reminds me like the action of Vanquish, but you're flying instead of sliding.
Well, you have to. This game makes you feel like you're floating. The way
Sure.
it works. Like there's like triangle makes you float up. X makes you float down. You feel.
Oh.
You play this game, you feel like you're floating.
Oh, that's neat.
Yeah.
That's
You
great.
can try it for a bit if you want.
You know what? I'm fine. My real problem is I don't want to play it because I still have Bloodborne in my brain and I don't want to relearn it.
Yeah. I mean, you could play. I brought it with. You can play Vanquish later. If you want.
Maybe. We'll see. We'll see how they would go. We'll see how they would go.
Wait a second.
What's wrong?
What's
Yeah, the
going on
cutscenes
here?
are a little crazy,
Verdant
but
ruins stretched as far as the eye
You know,
can
for your
see.
sake, let's see if I can I skip. I can skip. I just don't. You know me.
I know. Oh no. And you know what? I'm not. I don't want you to be pressured into skipping cutscenes.
I just did.
No pressure.
I can understand more if you're not paying attention to the story.
Right.
I habitually don't do
Phoenix. Phoenix has a very important question for you, Rich Evans.
it. No, they're not spikes in this game.
Phoenix Rich does not enjoy your running gag. I do.
I know.
I do. But you're not shooting spikes. You're not.
No. There's spikes every time.
It's a shame. That's a gosh darn shame.
You stay away from me.
Yeah, Rich and I played. Rich and I filmed us playing Bloodborne this afternoon. We each maybe got an hour and a half, 2 hours
Yeah.
of playtime. So we'll take it home. We'll play it. That's the next episode. You guys know that already, though. We probably won't stream it just because. Twofold. Two reasons why we won't stream it. One, when we streamed a very similar game, we had a bad time because of you. And so we want to go in with a clean slate for review's sake. And two, we don't want to spoil any of the review. You guys don't care about that, I'm sure, but more so, I want to make sure that when we play it, it's not. It is very different playing a game while streaming. While talking to us here, while talking to you, it's very different. So I want to make sure we give it as good a chance as possible. Because, that's because we're professionals.
What? Are you sure about that?
I don't know.
Professional frauds.
What? It's true. It's very true. Ugh. There's not enough Fords? Isn't there one Ford?
Oh, I got them sorted all over the place.
Oh, I think there's
I gotta-
one in Bloodborne.
Oh.
There's an axe, there's a cane, and I didn't use the other thing, but I thought the other thing was a Ford. I know Rich liked Ford. Rich liked Ford.
Who doesn't like Ford?
You know what? I don't.
Anybody who's been killed by one?
I'm not a
That
fan
doesn't
of.
mean they don't like them.
If I can have a weapon in the game, I usually don't pick a Ford.
What about real life, though?
I think I would be bad with a Ford.
Yeah. In real life, I'd want a machine gun. An AK-47.
Well, let's say you can only have a melee weapon. Would you choose a Ford?
What takes the least skill to use?
A mace.
Then I'd probably want a mace.
A big hunk of iron with
Because
spikes on it.
ultimately, in a real life situation,
Yeah.
I want to not die.
Right. That's the thing. I
And
think.
unless I've been trained to use the weapon, I want to play it as safe as I possibly can.
Can I main a shield? Like, that's my weapon. Just a big ass shield.
You'd probably still get your ass kicked.
2 shields.
One in front, one in back. You'd
Yeah.
be like a turtle.
Maybe just a crowbar, so have additional utility.
Sure, yeah. If there was like a longer crowbar, I feel like a crowbar doesn't have the reach. Because that's really important. In a real fight, I don't want to be anywhere near anyone else.
Well, you don't want it to be so big it's unwieldy either.
Sure. That's why I think, like, if I could choose just any weapon, it wouldn't be a machine gun. It would be a sniper rifle. Like, if I could become really great at one weapon, it would be the weapon that it makes me the
'Cause
furthest away
I'm
from everyone
sure
else.
That's, oh yeah, but I'm sure that's so easy to use a sniper rifle.
Oh,
It might not hit anything.
I'm saying-
Which makes it a movie fight.
I'm saying this in this magical universe where I get to be good at one weapon, right?
Oh, but you're actually good at it. Yeah. Oh,
Sure.
if I had to be in a war, yeah, I want to be the sniper. In a video game, I don't want to snipe at all because that's kind of boring.
Yes.
Just sit in the back and just
Agreed.
take pot shots. It's boring. In a video game, I want a shotgun. In
Yeah.
real life, I want a sniper rifle.
Yes. Oh, I assumed we were talking about real life.
Yeah.
Jack the Turtle Packard. Absolutely. I want to be the one that doesn't get hurt.
Doing that.
I can only assume this is meant for Jay. Jay, can you stop making Space Cop and do the sequel to Pork Pork in Space instead?
Yes.
Okay, great.
I start production tomorrow. Great. There was a running joke back when we were making Pork Pork in Space, where the sequel to it would be Pork Pork in Space, where the movie, the physical movie, goes to outer space.
Kinda clever. I like that.
It never got farther than that, though.
Was there a Pork Pork?
Yeah, Pork Pork in Space is technically a sequel. There was a movie called that we did before that called Pork Pork, about a man who had this weird deformity where his foot was a cat,
Great.
and he's tired of his foot being a cat, so he goes to the hardware store and he buys a hacksaw and he cuts it off, throws it in an alley. A young lady finds it, discovers it, and the cat becomes her best friend. And then when he sees how happy the two of them are together, he misses the cat and he tries to get it back from her.
So the cat back on his foot.
No, he doesn't. They compromise to cut the cat in half.
Must be Leo Stenbuck.
What half does he get?
Spoiler alert.
I'm trying to remember if this is even on my YouTube channel or not. I think it might be. No, what happens is they cut it in half, and then
Yes.
they're in the foreground and they're arguing about who gets which half.
Sure.
And as they're doing that, the camera kind of zooms past them to the cat, and the cat just like melds itself back together, and then it ended. That was the end of it.
Elena.
Elena?
I don't know.
Not your business.
How did you do the cat? Did you cut it into split apart?
Want me to leave,
What kind of
Jehuti?
special effects did a high school era Jay do?
Well,
in that?
this wasn't high school. This was later, but
This
this
is a little
was.
bit like, okay.
It was just a stuffed cat. Like, I'd be interested in redoing it and making like trying to get like a realistic
I
looking
think it
cat.
could be sold at a high
But
price.
it was just something we slapped together in a day
Yeah.
for fun.
Oh, sure, sure.
Oh, is this on the archive DVD?
No, Pork Pork in Spaces, but Pork Pork is not because I would have to re-edit the whole thing for music reasons. It was just something we did for the hell of it.
I've never seen Pork in Space. Sorry, Jay.
Sure?
That's fine.
Wait a second.
That's-
What's going on?
How
It doesn't hurt my feelings at all.
How was it a sequel?
What's it?
How was it a sequel?
It's not really. The only connection is the two main characters from Pork Pork are in it.
I won't allow you to do that.
Not as themselves, but
Oh, I promise
Well,
you
it
skip
does.
pieces.
Oh, they're saying it is on your YouTube. According to Dick Neutral, Pork Pork
oh, Pork Pork is on my
is
YouTube.
on Jay's
Okay.
YouTube.
Shows how close attention I pay to my YouTube channel.
Metatron is confirmed close by. Go and collect it first.
Oh my god, you're so wrong. Sanjuro Tsubaki says, Jack, mushrooms and pepperoni are the best pizza topping. Explain to the stream why. You are incorrect.
Mushrooms and what?
Pepperoni.
Oh no.
No.
Pepperoni sucks in general.
Yeah, pepperoni is the most generic, like, pizza topping ever.
I have a pizza topping story.
Rich has a pizza topping story. Rich.
I was hanging out with Karen, my fiance,
Your fiancé.
and some of her friends. I'm just gonna call one of them Betty, and the other one Linda. they're gonna
You're
remain,
hanging out with the
they're
osteoporosis
gonna-
dance ladies?
They're gonna remain nameless.
Sure.
And we wanted to order pizza.
Okay.
And Linda, she didn't really want any toppings on hers at all. She prefers her pizza plain. She wanted just cheese. And me, I like just plain cheese pizza, so I was fine with that.
Sure.
We're gonna plain cheese.
Yeah, that's a valid
And
option.
Betty, all right. Betty insisted that it have green pepper. It's got to have green pepper. We got to have green pepper. And pineapple. I want pineapple and
Green
Canadian,
pepper and pineapple?
and Canadian bacon. And she ordered all of this shit, including pineapple and Canadian bacon, which is fucking awful on a goddamn
I'm
pizza.
okay with pineapple.
Oh no, it's the best.
It's
That's my
got-
favorite pizza.
Fuck you. It had to have it. Like, we were trying to argue with her, and she had to have these things on her pizza. And so, okay, we got half and half. We got half with the pineapple and the Canadian bacon and the green pepper and the onions and the whatever the fuck
sounds
else it was.
awful.
And the other half cheese.
Yeah.
Pizza shows up. Betty ate the cheese. The plain cheese pizza.
She didn't eat the half that she ordered?
She apparently she took a bite, decided it was terrible, and then she ate the cheese that poor Linda wanted.
What a bitch!
Yes!
That's pretty terrible.
Yes! That's my pizza topping story.
Did anyone call her out on it? Did you guys
Yeah,
like,
well,
flip
we
the
were
table
irritated.
over?
I took the sacrifice. I let Linda have my section of the cheese, and I bit the bullet.
You ate the gross, disgusting...
The gross, disgusting pineapple, Canadian
No.
bacon, and whatever the fuck else it was.
Pineapple and Canadian bacon is a nice pairing.
I like that pizza a
The
lot.
sweetness, the saltiness together with the cheese. No, that's a good... The Hawaiian pizza is fine pizza.
That's
Yeah.
terrible. I hate it. It's my least favorite pizza topping, other than maybe anchovies, which I would die if I ate because I can't eat seafood.
Right. I'm not saying it's my go-to, but I think it's a fine.
Oh, it's great. I think I've had it with those two toppings and green pepper. I want to say I have. I don't know
That's-
what the situation would have been,
That seems weird.
but I feel like I have.
Like the slight spice and tang of green pepper seems
yeah,
like it would
green-
throw off the balance.
I don't remember what it tasted like.
I like how this game does sub-weapons.
Okay.
You just hit the L1 button.
Okay.
The whole game pauses, and you can select really quickly and easily what sub-weapon you're using.
Nice.
I almost forgot about it. It's been a while since I played this game.
Here's my go-to. You know, like I like a wide range of pizzas. I enjoy lots of pizzas. There, this really fantastic pizza place that I go to has an amazing pork belly and fried egg pizza.
Oh my god. That
Egg
sounds weird.
and pork belly, and then it's like an over easy egg, so the yolk drips all over the egg. It's delicious. But my go-to is tomato and bacon.
Oh, okay.
Little sweetness from the tomato, saltiness from the bacon. Tomato bacon.
Yeah.
That's my go-to, and so that is what I would consider the best pizza. Not in any way, shape, or form mushroom and pepperoni.
No. Mushroom and sausage, I would have said, is acceptable.
Sure, that's a nice pairing.
Yeah.
Enemy destroyed. Confirmed complete enemy destruction. Well done.
Why is necessitate a big deal? Because Rich says funny things sometimes, and Mike likes to point it out. And Mike edited that episode, so he wanted to point out that Rich messed up a word.
Well, that was more than just pointing out. Like, that was...
Yeah.
that was pretty obvious.
That was Mike being Mike. Because if you'll notice in that episode, like Rich did it a couple times and eventually got it right, so he could have just edited out that entire necessary.
No, you never did get it right. Isn't that the thing? Like, you kept
Yeah,
trying,
yeah.
and it just didn't happen.
Open the map with the star.
Is that true? I don't know.
The
Yeah.
pressure's on at that point. It's just gonna get worse
It's just gonna get
Oh,
from there on.
I see. Necessitate.
Oh.
Thank you for subscribing. We very much appreciate it.
I did do a thing that I thought was funny. It ended up getting cut out, but because Rich leaves, and you guys continued talking for a while. So on my camera angle, I had the angle that was on. I was filming the Mike and Rich angle.
Uh-huh.
I just zoomed in on the empty chair. So like as you guys were talking, you just cut to this empty chair, but it didn't end up in the final thing.
Oh. I think Telegon, I think we've talked about this before. Worst jobs. I've had many jobs. I'm trying to think of weird job stories.
I've never had a terrible job.
Yeah,
I've always had jobs I liked.
like I've had weird jobs.
You've had nothing but weird jobs. You've done all sorts of weird things.
I have a job and a pizza store. It's not a very it's not a very good one.
Riches is full of pizza stories tonight. Jesus.
Rich has a job in pizza store. Go.
All right. Years and years ago, I was working at the grocery store, and our store made some kind of monthly "you did good" thing from the corporation, and they were celebrating by having an employee pizza party.
Okay.
And I just happened to be in the store manager's office when they were having the discussion on what pizza to get, and we're talking about me and one of the other employees were talking about what the best local place was. Beggar's Pizza or is it Uno's? Well, we get this, right?
Sure.
Store manager from California, because apparently they have shitty California. He chimed in on what good pizza was. He said, "Have you ever had Domino's? Domino's is good pizza."
Oh, God.
And you stay out of this, manager.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah. And he said it like, "Have you ever had like Domino's, some fancy thing?
Yeah.
You ever had Domino's?" No, there's not that many Domino's pizzas in the Chicagoland area because we know it's crap. We've heard of them.
Sure. You know, I went to this great little Italian place, Olive Garden. It was a little family-owned joint.
There's an Office episode where Michael Scott's going to New York City and he wants to try real New York pizza, so he goes to Sbarro.
Oh, sure.
That's his authentic New York pizza.
Oh, I'm sorry if we missed you. Lee Thaddeus Scott. I apologize if we missed you, but thank you for subscribing. We very much appreciate it. That's a good pizza story.
Yes,
I think that's good. That's important. I don't know if I've ever talked about my job as a dispatcher. Speaking of just weird jobs.
I think you may have. I'm not sure.
For a while, I was a dispatcher for a local short-range logistics company, which is, courier service.
Yeah.
I need this package to go here in an hour, right? Which was an immensely fun job because it was like a video game.
Where you have talked about this. I remember you mentioned this before. You can continue because I'm sure there's new people.
So basically, it was my job to tell what drivers what to pick up and when it needed to be where, and it was really fun organizing them around the city. Like, oh, you have to. If we have you pick up this, on the way you can pick up this, and then you drop it off here, and it's a nice little line. You're trying to keep your drivers happy, you're trying to keep your customers happy, you're trying to make sure that, because all the drivers were independent contractors, so they could at any time say no to any delivery. But, some customers were okay with deliveries being a little late, and so you kind of had to learn the flow, keep the drivers happy, keep the customers happy. It was a really great experience. The only problem was, I needed to be to work at 5 a.m. And not like at work. I needed to be working at 5 a.m.
Oh, God.
And so it was 5 a.m. to 1 p.m. was my shift.
Okay.
So I handled all the early morning deliveries, which was great, except for the fact that I could never do anything. Like I couldn't go out.
Yeah, that would fuck up my whole day.
Yeah.
If you're off at like 1, then you're like, now what?
Exactly. And everyone else I knew was either at work or at school doing
Yeah.
something. And it's like, well, I got fuck all to do now.
Yeah.
And then when they were all off work, I needed to go to bed.
Yeah, that would suck.
Yeah.
It's the game better since I've been skipping cutscenes. Because you matter.
Because you matter, Jeff. That's my weird job story. And I saw the question asking how many people are usually behind the scenes during a best of the worst filming.
Not many.
It varies. Sometimes 1, sometimes 2, oftentimes none.
I think most of the time the answer is 0. If we're lucky, there's an extra person who can make sure that the microphones aren't glitching out. But normally it's 0.
Remember back when we did the Rotor episode and we had to reshoot the entire discussion because there was just no sound?
That's right.
We had to talk about Rotor twice.
And we did it.
And we did it.
Shockingly.
Yeah.
Shocking.
Yeah, it's because it's so, like, the way we do those, it's so spontaneous, the discussion. So to go back and redo an entire discussion of 3 movies, or more with that one, because that was the one where we watched more than those.
Yep.
Yeah, to redo all that, that's amazing that it actually kind of worked.
Yeah. Yeah. It is. So, Rich,
Yeah.
what would you say is the draw for this game? What are the... why should people play Zone of the Enders?
Super great, fast-paced action.
Okay.
More so the second one. The second one is at least as far as gameplay action goes.
Yeah.
Huge improvement over that first one.
This one.
This one.
This one.
This one is a huge improvement.
Yeah.
That's why I started with this.
Well, and like you said, it seems like movement is incredibly intuitive,
Yeah.
and so that immersion level of you just being a flying robot.
You feel like you're flying. Like, look, you go up, you go down. Whee! You feel like you're flying playing this game.
I love that. I love all the axes of movement. I think that's great, and that's what you need in a flying mech game. Like,
Yeah, you're not like going up and down automatically based on targeting whatever. You're in control of this shit. I'm not using my sub-weapons near as often as I should. I can do that.
Destroyed.
That's stupid.
ETR reaction gone.
uppercase CCC. The only time we've ever lost a best of the worst episode is what Jay was talking about, where like we had all the video of us doing the discussion, but none of the audio decided to work.
I don't remember. There was some sort of glitch where, like, because I always, we always test the audio and make sure
Yeah.
that everyone's getting levels and stuff. But I don't know if it's like multiple microphones died. I don't remember what the situation was, but
And it was an early one.
it was one of the early ones. Yeah.
There is one lost episode just because it was so bad.
That wasn't
The famous Memorial Day episode.
that
the
wasn't
Memorial Day incident.
lost. That is
That was scrapped.
scratch.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do this in one breath.
Such a shame.
Such a shame.
Reaction gone.
Be thankful that we scrapped it. To everyone who is now going to ask for that episode to be released, no matter what.
Yeah.
It's, no,
No, you don't want it.
you don't want it. It's bad. Oh, people are saying they also like the first one. It was short, but good.
Yeah, I love the first one. I do. I'm
Yeah.
just, if you're gonna start the series, the second one's not a bad place to start.
Sure. You think the combat is better in this?
I
one?
do.
Okay.
I do.
Was the first one also on PS3? Or?
They're both on PS2. This one's both. This thing I'm playing now, it's the collector's kind of thing.
Oh, okay. Oh, they were PS2 games.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
If you buy the collector's edition,
Mhm.
get it for PS3 and make sure you download the patch. Somewhat famous, not very famously, but when this first came out,
Mhm.
like the frame
Jay's breaking.
I know.
I'm breaking things. Sorry.
Fine.
frame rate was terrible.
Oh.
Like you got like sub 30 frames a second.
Oh,
It was-
Jesus.
It was just terrible. It was so bad that Hideo Kojima took it upon himself. He took his own team
Uh-huh.
and they just made their own goddamn patch for this. Completely uninvolved with third party that ported it over. And
Sure.
oh god, this is terrible. We can't accept this. And I don't think they did that on the Xbox version. So if
Oh.
you get the collector remastered edition,
Mhm.
get it for the PS3 and make sure you download the patch.
That's really good to know.
Yeah.
Jimmy Depp. Yes, this is Robot Jocks the game. 100%.
No, these guys are too slick. Robot Jocks is coming to Blu-ray. Thanks to Scream Factory. Good old Scream Factory. They're killing it.
Don't bother me.
Screen Factory. Oh, Robot Jocks. There probably won't be any more Don or Dan Wilson segments. That was
That was amazing.
100% improv.
Yeah.
That was just Rich being the genius that he is, earning his wages right there. Don Wilson.
I'm John Wilson. I run Iowa's largest wildlife preserve. I got his idea. You see, we're gonna dig up Elvis. And we're gonna cut up his body parts and we're gonna put them in envelopes. And then we're gonna sell them as a cure for rabies.
Okay, get this. The King's Cure. The King's Cure for rabies. Oh yes, and we've all seen the animated version.
Oh, yeah,
of
it's great.
Rich's prank call. Yeah, it's really funny. What's very funny about that is the animator made the same visual mistake that I did, which is when Rich talks about building platforms.
Oh, that's for the cameraman to give you the POV of the giraffe.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, I'd never understood that.
Oh,
like
okay.
Rich is yammering on. It's just like, why would the giraffes be on platforms?
No, the platforms are for the cameraman.
So it's from a giraffe's point of view.
Right.
Which I'm really happy that whoever animated that made the same visual mistake I did, which is picturing the giraffe on the platform.
Ah.
So I wasn't the only idiot, which is great.
I can see how that might not be clear to everybody.